Hi, happy Wednesday. I hope you're all okay. Sorry we're a couple of minutes late. I couldn't get it to work. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't find it. And all the cameras are on the wrong numbers, but I think we're at least here. I hate updates. Why? Do they need to do updates? It was working perfectly. Finally got it sorted. They do an update. All goes to pot. Hopefully you're all okay. We're going to do a little block. We're going to do a little block today. But I've got a couple of things to go through with you first. First thing was some of you on the lives loved these little, let me put that up nice and close for you. So loved these little treat bags that were on Brenda's store, which is Country Folk. Now she doesn't sell online at all. She's only at the shows and she only does like 4 or 5 a year. So she's given us some to sell through our website. So I'm going to put these on for those of you who want the little treat bag. It's not the kit, it's just the pattern, but they were really, really cute. And I know you guys, there was about 4 or 5 of you that wanted them. I haven't got very many, but I'll put them on this afternoon for you. Okay. So they will be available through our website because she doesn't have one. The other thing I wanted to tell you as well is that the fabrics that I'm using today, I've put in the sale. Okay, so I've put in a little sale. I'm doing a 24-hour, 20% off. For those of you who couldn't go to Malvern, so you get a little bit of a bargain. They're all Modas, all of Chickadee, Gradients, Fresh as a Daisy, and Euphoria have all gone into a 20% off sale. I'm going to take them off before Sarah goes live at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, so it's just for today. So if you want them, go for it. Let's say hello to everybody before we get started. So hi, Carolyn. Hi, Kate. It's typical. The Isette always does not update as well, love. Hi, Kate. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Anne. Hello, my lovely. No, we're not having a good tech week. We're really not. I don't know I've got to remember where all the numbers are now as well because they've all changed again. So hopefully I'm over here now. Hopefully it's here. So these are part of the Chickadee range. I'm using up scraps to make blocks, to test them out and stuff. And this is the little block we're going to do today. And I thought, well, as I'm using Chickadee, I'll pop them on a little sale. So I've made 3 just so that you can see them and then we can put them together and show you how they sort of create these beautiful patterns. I've been playing around recently with Jacob's Diamond, which is original and like a really old block. It's a real classic block. But what happens when you put them into different sort of configurations and stuff? So I really liked this one. It gives this lovely sort of positive and negative diagonal line, which when we put them all together, you get a really nice look for it. So I'm going to go through what you need from each block. I've cut out the background fabric, but we're going to cut out the, the print fabric together. So from background fabric, you will need a 7-inch square. You will need 5 2.5-inch squares, and you'll need 2 2.5 by 4.5 inch rectangles. You need exactly the same out of your print. Okay, so like I said, I am using up all these little random bits from ends of projects and all that I've had. So we're going to cut, but I thought we'd cut it together as well. So first things first, I'm going to cut a 7-inch square because you don't actually need, you'd easily get blocks out of fat 8s with this. Easily. So I want a 7-inch square to start with, like that, and cross like that. Okay, so I've got that one to start with, and then I'm going to use this bit here to try and get my 4.5 out of. So I'm going to cut a piece that is 4.5 that way, like that, and then I want 2 2.5s. So I'm going to go from that edge because I know it's nice and neat. So I want 2 2.5. So 2.5 twice is 5. So I'm going to go 5 and then move the ruler, not the fabric. So there's my 2.5 by 4.5. So I want 2 of them. And then I need 5 2.5-inch squares. Now, if you really are using lots and lots of little scrappy bits up, you could alternate these if you wanted to. But I mean, easily out of fat 8. So I'm just folding this so we can get it under my ruler. Actually, let me fold it that way because that's where the line is. And then I'm going to cut a 2.5-inch strip off this edge. like that. So just checking all the way up like that. Cut myself in. Oh, well, I would. It's because I'm sitting down to cut. I don't know why I can't cut sitting down. I'm terrible at it. Hi, Carol. How are you, lovely? You can't remove the speech subtitles today. Oh, well, see, it's Facebook are doing random things. Hi, Jane. How are you? Have you missed any updates on the quilt along? No, you haven't. I'm going to be doing all of that. Hang on, let me just come back to you a second. The new quilt along will be starting at the end of June. Next Tuesday, I'm going to go through all of the fabric requirements and all with you. So we're going to do before we do whatever we're going to do for the 1 o'clock. I will give you all the fabric requirements and what we're going to be doing. Okay, so that's next Tuesday. I'm going to release that. Okay. Hi, Taryn. Hello, lovely. How are you? Right, I think I'm back over here. I think this is the right one. And then I want 5 2.5-inch squares. So we can go for 12.5, can't we? Because that's like that. I'll just get that one on like that. So we'll make that first one there. And then turn that cut edge. So 12.5 down to 10. So that'll be my first one. So because I'm doing it in multiples of 2.5. And then 7.5. And then 5. And then 2.5, like that. Okay, so cut all my pieces up, ready to do this block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just iron that one quickly to get that crease out. There we go. So I see I've gotten more than enough there to do another block. So that would have been less than a fat eighth. I reckon out of a fat eighth, you'd get at least 3 blocks, maybe 4. By block, I mean one of these out of your print fabrics. Okay, so I've got exactly the same in my print as I have my background fabric. First thing first, half square triangles. You know we love a half square triangle. So we're going to go right sides together like that. Okay, oh, just make that. I was cutting, I think that was a little bit short, but it'll be fine. I was cutting the background fabric and doing the blocks last night, and I very nearly fell asleep as I was sewing. I was like chain piecing. As I'm chain piecing, my head's nodding. I'm like, oh, get it done so we can go to bed. There we go, all the way down like that. I'll pop a couple of pins in just to hold it nice and flat. There and there. So I've got my diagonal line, corner to corner, and as always, we're going to stitch a 1/4 inch away from the edge. Okay. How are you feeling less tired today? Oh, what happened there? Did that screen go all really, really funny then, guys? I don't know if it did on yours, but it went really funny on mine. I was getting like all flashing. Don't know if it... How bizarre. All right, okay, hopefully I'm over here now. I am a little less tired. Not, I have to say, I think on top of Malvern, and then, oh, don't tell me my bobbin's just about to run out. Oh, I've got a problem. I might have enough. I'm going to have to do bobbin. Should have checked last night, shouldn't I? Never mind. There we go. Right, we're just going to go down 1/4 inch either side, okay? I am a little less tired. I did get some sleep, although, yeah, you all got flash. Sorry, guys. Yeah, don't know what that was. Very bizarre. Sorry about that, guys. I actually went to bed about 9:30, 10. I thought, I'll just go to bed, get a really, really early night, and my stupid brain then wouldn't let me sleep. It was gone midnight before I actually got to sleep, which you were just like, I was just like, really? Really? You're so exhausted and you still won't go to sleep. So, turn it round. Now, of course, once you've done all your cutting for these blocks, if you're making more than one block, it'll end up as a 12.5-inch block, this one. But you can just chain piece all of your half square triangles, etc, etc. There we go, all the way down that one. Yeah, I don't know what that flashing was. I can see it on the screen. Oh, my bobbin has gone. Let's me try. I didn't win bobbin chicken. Hang on, guys. If I please tell me I've got another one. Oh, it's variegated thread, but you're getting that because I can't. I'm not. By the time I've rethreaded and it all, I'm going to just use the variegated. It won't hurt just for now. This is going to look very odd, but never mind. You shouldn't be able to see any of it really. Not really the the stitching. There we go. All the way down this one. Like that. Hi Leslie, how are you, lovely? It's nice that, I know it's really sunny out there today, isn't it? Right, we're going to go back over to the overhead and we're going to chop this one up and make 2 half square triangles. So, like that. We've got our Shan with us today. She is, we're having a new website. It's not going to affect you guys in any way, but we're like all the background stuff is going to be different for us so that it's a lot easier to keep track of what sells in the shop and what sells on the website. But it means that we've got to get every single item that's in the shop loaded on, and it's a bit of a trek, to be honest, particularly as we've just come back from Melbourne. So we've just finished getting everything back on from Melbourne, and now we've got to go through the rest of the shop. So it's going to be a bit of a long few days. Right, we're going to square this up. You want to square this up to 6.5. So as always, I'm going to put the diagonal line along the seam there, that diagonal seam. Make sure that my ruler is within the fabric. It's not much that you're chopping off. It's only a wedgie bit, but you know it's worth it. Here we go, 6.5 by 6.5. There we go. I mean, it's hardly anything at all. There we go, like that. But all of those little bits add up, and we're going to do the same on this one. So what have you all been up to? Are you all enjoying the sunshine? Are you not sewing very much because you're out in the garden? Are you just sat enjoying the sunshine, having your lunch, reading a book? I've just started a new series of books by Ben Aronovich, I think his name is. It's the Rivers of London books. They're really good. I'm really enjoying them. The first one was a little slow to get started, and I thought, well, I'm not going to like this. But then I suddenly whizzed through it, and I'm on the second one now. So, right, okay, we're going to lay this out before we make the other bit of the block, okay? Because you want to make sure you make the other bit of the block in the right way. So I want to make sure that this diagonal is continuing up through this. So I've got this in the bottom right, and this in the top, sorry, bottom left and top right, like that, join in the middle. And you can see I've got both sides, one here and background up there, okay? And then we're going to make these little blocks here. So we're going to start with some 4 patches. So I want my diagonal line in the print to come through this way, and that's going to follow on. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 like that. So that's going to come over here, and that's going to follow on into the background. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3 like that. And then I'm going to need those other 2 little ones opposite there, and those other 2 white ones there. Okay, so before I put the rest of it together, we can make these little 4 patches nice and easily. Okay, so I'm just going to chain piece these and make the little 4 patch. So back over to the machine, over here. Oh no, I think it's on that one. I think it's on 3. Let's see. You've been away for a long weekend. Oh, lovely. You went to Paris Castle and saw the Caf Facet exhibition. Ah, lovely. Fabulous. Was it amazing? Alison, you've made us a bag for Moda. Oh, lovely. Fabulous. Oh, do share pictures if you can, lovely. We love to see what you're making. So I'm just going to chain piece these 1/4 of an inch all the way down. There we go. I think Jonah is driving Uncle Josh mad a bit today. There you go, that one. And that one. There we go. And then the last one. So we can do those 4 little squares into patches. Like that. The exhibition was stunning. Oh, I bet it was lovely. Made from a Moda scrap pack. Oh, lovely. Oh, fantastic. Thanks, Alison. That's fab. We do like to see some pictures, though. Natalie, you wish you could enjoy the sun, but you've had a cold and viral infection. Oh, you've been really poorly. Oh, bless you. Oh, I know, that's rough then, isn't it? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to press them out towards the print so I can bring them straight back rather than change cameras again. So I'm just going to very quickly press them over off camera so that I can put them together. Now you can absolutely pin this next bit if you want to. You know I don't pin unless I have to. So I've got them like that, and we're going to turn them to make a little 4 patch so they look like that. Okay, so I'm just going to nest that centre seam. So just make sure that that centre seam is really nicely nested up so the seams are going in opposite directions like that, and I'm going to chain piece these ones. So there we go. Here's the first one, and then I'm going to do exactly the same with the other one like that, right sides together so they're opposites. Make sure that centre seam is in and chain piece that. This is a really quick block, really quick once you get into it. And I love these fabrics, absolutely beautiful. How do you share the pictures? If you join our Gigglers page, you can't share them on the live unfortunately, but right, we're going to go back over to the overhead. If you join our Gigglers page, which is the social page, you can share them on there, lovely. And it's really nice because lots of ladies share what they're made and stuff. It doesn't have to be our stuff, just what you're making. And then I'm just going to carefully press these out. Okay, so I'm pressing it all in the one direction like that. You can do that little trick if you want, where you take the stitches out and twirl the seams. Can't say twirl. You can absolutely do that, but I'm not going to bother for now. There we go. Pop them onto Gigglers. Absolutely, that's the best place to put them. So I'm just going to double check that they're going in the right direction again. So I want that one to go this way, and then I want the white ones to go. And then we're going to add on a little frame to these to make them the right size. So I want the white one up here like that. So on the right hand side of this, you just want to make sure that it's in the right order. Okay. And then down here, I want this one to go here. So you've got to think about it, print touching print. Okay, so that one's going to go on there. So we're going to put that one on there and that one on there like that. So it's back over to the machine, 1/4 inch down, which is over here now. There we go. And again, I know I'm using really random coloured cottons, but I'm on my little old machine and I forgot to do any bobbins last night. I was too tired. I was such a knackered bunny. I forgot. And then this one. So there we go. And then, rather than swap cameras again, what I'm going to do with the other 2 rectangles, so I've got the other 2 2.5 by 4.5s. I'm going to put the opposite colour remaining square onto the end of them. Doesn't matter which end, okay? So we're going to put that one on like that. So I've got print to background, and then I've got background to print. Okay, so we're going to chain piece those ones as well. There we go. And this one too. There we go. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3. Hi Carol. Oh, don't worry about being late, my darling. It's fine. You join in when you can. Okay, so I'm going to press all this back out now. So we're going to take this all the way over here. And I'm going to press towards the piece that I've put on each time. So that one there, like that. So towards the print fabric, as always. And then towards the background on that one, like that. And then I'm going to press towards the rectangle on both of these. And that way it'll nest without much messing about. There you go. So if you always go towards the rectangles on these. And then, again, I'm going to do a little double check. So I want those to be there. That one's going to sit up here with that diagonal. This one's going to sit down here with that diagonal. So these ones are going to sit here. So that one's going to go on that edge there. And that one's going to go on that edge there. All right, so right sides together, and we can nest that one up. Nest that nicely. Make sure those seams are really locked up against each other. And pop a pin in. I'm going to sew that one. Ooh. And then same on this one here. Once you've made one block, you can do you can do all the chain piecing. not necessarily need to lay it out each time, but I think sometimes laying it out just gives you a little bit more of an idea of how it's going to work. Okay, so back over here, long line of stitching. God, look at that with all that random variegated thread on the back, but like I said, I forgot to do a bobbin, so I'm using what I had in the box, what I had stashed. There we go. Make sure that goes tucked under. You know, and take your time with your seams as well. Just make sure that your seams are not getting twisted as you go over them. And then this one is going on here. Use a 1/4 inch foot as well. I'm not, just because I don't know where I've dabbed it down for this machine. Make sure that's fitting in nicely, everything's nice and flat. Still, I can't find everything in this new sewing room. Is it 12-inch square when finished? Yes, it is, lovely. Yeah, it's 12.5 unfinished, so 12-inch finished, definitely. Okay, right, back over we go, and we can put this little block together now. So I'm just going to iron that out, and again I'm just going to iron it out towards the sort of rectangles like that. Okay, so that one's going to sit in there, and then same with that one's going to sit like that, so you've got that lovely diagonal happening. You've got a positive and a negative, and then we're going to put that one to that one and that one to that one, stitch them down and then stitch them together. Okay, so back over we go. Lovely, fabulous. You should be an auto one, lovely, so you should be accepted any second. But yeah, please do pop pictures on there. It's a really, really lovely community of ladies and gents, and that all share pictures, and it's fab. The gigglers are lovely. There we go. And then, hang on, because I was talking, I think I've put that one on the wrong way round. Let me just double check. Let me double check a second, my darlings. Did I just put that on the wrong way? Oh no, that one was okay. So that one's okay. What have I done with there? That one's going to go there. That one goes there. There we go. That's all right. I just picked this one up the wrong way round. See, this is another good reason to use your pins. You know, even though I don't, put a pin on the, facing the side that you want to sew. So when you're doing lots of little pieces, you remember which one it is. Oh, this little machine she's brilliant, but she's flipping noisy. She really is. I forget how noisy she is. She doesn't come out very often. It's only because my other one's in being serviced and being fixed. There we go. Right. Ooh. Back over here we go. And then we're going to iron this out always to the half square triangle. You've got more fabric there, nice long run, and it just means all the seams will lie nice and flatter. Okay, so that's that one, and then iron this one out that way. I say iron, you know I mean press, yeah. There you go. And then last little bit of sewing, we're going to put that one on top of that one, nest that centre seam, make sure it's all nice and flat and locked together. Super, super simple block, but because it's a 12.5, 9 would make, out of your scraps, would make the most beautiful little lap quilt. They're very quick to do. This would be a really good one if you're doing charity quilts. So we're going to stitch down there now, okay? If you're doing charity quilts, when we put these together, I'll show you, get these lovely secondary patterns happening, but it's very, very quick to do. So easy done if you get distracted. Absolutely, it really is lovely. Very, very easy to get distracted. Okay, again, just double checking that everything's nice and flat. And if you've got like a slightly bulky seam like that, make sure it's right. Keep your finger on it. So yeah, just going back, the quilt along is going to start at the end of June. End of June, beginning of July. But I will go through all your fabric requirements and everything that you need, and sort of some of the techniques involved. Obviously, I'm not going to release the blocks or anything yet. That will be much later. but I'll certainly give you an idea of what we're going to be doing and what you're going to need if you want to join in with us. So it's so pretty. It really is. I love these fabrics, Eileen. I really do. They're gorgeous. And we've got them all in the sale today. So we've got Euphoria, we've got Chickadee, Fresh as a Daisy and Gradients, which are all from the same designers, and they've all got these really beautiful sort of floral, watercolory, you know, rainbow type element. So they're doing 24 hours on them at 20% off. For those of you who didn't get a chance to go to Malvern, you see. Again, I see you've just given me an idea for a charity quilt we're doing for the Quilt Club. Wasn't sure what to do with the fabric I've been given. Ah, there we go. Well, this is a nice, easy one to do, lovely. So you've got a block there that ends up as 12.5 by 12.5. If your sewing's a little bit off, don't matter too much. Yeah, see, that one's gone a bit wonky there. Just square it up. Just square it up. In fact, I don't think I've got hardly anything to come off that side. That one, that side did go a weeny bit wonky. You're not really going to lose any points or anything on this one. So, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a... There's no quilt police. Just enjoy the sewing. There we go. Like that, like that. And yeah, you can see I've got just a weeny bit there just to trim off. A tiny didgy-widgy bit at the top. Okay, so make as many blocks as you like. Okay, that's what your block's going to look like when it's done, with this lovely sort of positive negative type feel to it. I've done 4 of them so that I can show you what you can do with them. So you can absolutely just put them together like this. All right, so that, now this is where I really wish the camera was higher, but if it was higher you wouldn't see normally. Okay, you can see you get this sort of lovely like Jacob's Ladder type feel to it. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this. I really can't get this any higher. There we go. That's about as high as it'll go. So you can put them so they're all facing the same way, but you get these lovely sort of strong diagonals, but they're all going the same way, the diagonals. Okay. What I'll do is I'll pin them up later so you can see them tomorrow. Or you can turn them to create these beautiful diamonds. So if I put that one up there like that, so the print isn't touching print, and turn them like this, touch and print, and then again there like that. Okay, you end up, I don't know if you guys can see this, sorry, it's I haven't got enough space to get high enough with the camera so you can see it, but hopefully you'll get the idea that you get these beautiful like big diamonds with these lovely you've got, you know, a coloured diamond with these really lovely sort of like print little squares coming through on the diagonals. Does that make sense? You could, if you wanted to, as well, do them one in, one out. So I've got a print next to a, like that. So I've got a print next to a background, and then you've got a little bit of a mixture. So you've got white lines going one way, sort of dark lines going the other. Play around with it. I will pin these. I'll sew this together and then I'll pin it up on the wall behind me so that you guys can see it tomorrow, just so you've got an idea. But really, really simple little block, really easy to do. Hi, back over here now. And I love these fabrics. I mean, that's already measuring 24 by 24. You know, sort of do a 9 patch of them, and you've got a perfect little lap blanket if you're making, you know, charity quilts or things to sell and stuff. Out of my scraps, I'd need maybe a metre of background fabric, not even that, half a metre background fabric, and some fat 8s, and you'd easily get a really nice little quilt out of it. It's got a woven effect. It has. Oh, maybe that's what I'll call it. I'll call it a woven Jacob. I quite like that. That's what I'm going to call it. You were talking about long rulers the other day. You have the 24-inch one, Creative Grids. Oh, yeah, that's a really nice one. Yeah, I quite like the Creative Grids ones. I think my favourite... I've got that one ruler that I tend to use for everything. But yeah, I think... Oh, have you got a 24-inch square one? Or is it a long, thin one? What have you got? If you've got a 24-inch square by Creative Grids, I need to find those, because I've got the 20-inch big one, the luminous yellow one. I haven't been able to find any really big ones. Let me know, hun. If it's a square, excellent. I'll have to see if I can get some in for people, because I know people want bigger squares. That's it for me for this week. Sarah will be back tomorrow. Don't forget, I've got a sale on 20% off all those fabrics, so go and check out the website. I will put these little patterns, these little treat bag patterns that everybody loved at the show. You all asked about it. I'll put these on, okay? I've only got like 10 of them, so if you did want one, I'll stick them on this afternoon. And I will be back next week. Sarah's here tomorrow. She's going to be doing the charity heart things. So yeah, I can't remember, somebody posted it in Gigglers, but she's going to go through that with you tomorrow on how to make them. And yeah, have a luscious weekend. I hope it stays nice and sunny for you all. And think about us slaving away, getting the website, all the new website done. We'll be like very, very melodramatic, like, oh, we're working and the sun's out. Anyway, take care, guys. Bye.